Chapter 2. Navigating Initial Resistance. In this endeavor there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Bhagavad-gita 2:40. As Christian flees the city of destruction, two neighbors, obstinate and pliable, quickly pursue him, determined to bring him back to familiar comforts and illusions. These characters, along with Mr. Worldly Wiseman, perfectly illustrate the archetypal resistance every new spiritual seeker faces, both externally and internally. In my yoga and meditation classes, these patterns play out with remarkable consistency. Some students, like obstinate, are rigid in current beliefs, dismissing spiritual inquiry as impractical. Others, like pliable, seem eager and open but prove superficial, quickly fading when faced with first difficulties. Initial tests of resolve. Obstinate represents stubborn adherence to material life, the refusal to consider anything beyond immediate comforts or familiar routines. He cannot comprehend why someone would leave the known for unknown, especially when the known promises certain, albeit temporary, security. He embodies the sheer inertia of material attachment, unwillingness to even examine the book revealing the material world's impending destruction. Pliable is more complex and common among initial seekers. He's swayed by promises of immediate happiness and relief, accompanying Christian briefly, drawn by prospects of a glorious destination. But genuine spiritual advancement requires perseverance and conviction. Pliable's enthusiasm, though leading him to accompany Christian, was superficial. He was attracted by the idea of spiritual prizes but lacked true conviction and resolve to face any struggle. Facing the mode of ignorance. Their encounter with the slough of despond perfectly demonstrates Pliable's superficiality versus Christian's deeper conviction. Bunyan's slough vividly pictures a mind overcome by tamas, the mode of ignorance, a mire where latent negative conditioning, fears, doubts, anxieties, worthlessness, surfaces and gathers like thick, suffocating scum. Tamas is heavy, sticky energy that paralyzes and deludes, making us believe the mud is all that exists. When they fall into this bog, Pliable immediately becomes angry, feeling cheated. "Is this the happiness you told me of?" he complains, scrambling out toward his old home. He wanted spiritual prizes without struggle, enlightenment without getting dirty. Lacking deep conviction, he quickly abandoned the journey for familiar, though ultimately destructive, comforts. Christian, despite struggling, sinking deeper because of karma's great burden on his back, reacted differently. He kept his face toward the wicket gate, struggling toward the bog's far side, further from his old home. This detail reveals everything. His conviction was real. Even while sinking, he moved in the right direction. The role of divine grace. Christian couldn't escape alone. No one can. As he was about to be completely submerged, a man named Help appeared and pulled him out. This beautifully illustrates divine grace. The Bhagavad-gita teaches that while we must make sincere effort, ultimately we're saved by the Supreme Lord's mercy and his representatives. When the Lord sees a soul sincerely trying even while failing and stumbling, he extends his hand. Help placed Christian on solid ground and pointed out steps leading across the bog. Steps always there but hard to see when doubt and despair's filth was spewing up. These steps represent scripture and spiritual masters' instructions, the safe path through our mind's mire. The chapter's verse assures us that even little advancement on this path, born of sincere endeavor, protects from the most dangerous fear. The allure of shortcuts. After such dramatic rescue and clear lessons on divine grace's power, Christian should proceed directly to the wicket gate, fortified by experience. But Bunyan wisely shows the readers another subtle trap. Mr. Worldly Wiseman. Worldly Wiseman is among the allegory's most insidious characters. He appears not as enemy but as polite, respectable authority figure. His advice sounds eminently practical and reasonable to mundane ears. He tells Christian the wicket gate path is dangerous and foolish, pointing out a much easier, safer way to remove his burden. He suggests Christian visit nearby morality village and seek Mr. Legality, famous for helping people with burdens. This character represents what Srila Prabhupada consistently warned against as worldly wise advice, counsel of mundane intelligence advocating seemingly easier, more practical paths that subtly divert pilgrims from true spiritual goals. It promises relief through material means, social rectitude, ethical conduct, intellectual understanding, rather than genuine spiritual transformation. The Bhagavad-gita 3.4 states, "Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection." Legality, representing strict adherence to dry rules without devotion, can never truly remove Christians' karmic burden. Such paths, while cultivating external morality, cannot address the soul's entanglement's root cause. They encourage dealing with symptoms, not fundamental spiritual conditions, seeking self-salvation. Ultimately a dead end. Committing to the path. Christian, momentarily swayed by this reasonable counsel, veers off the path. A poignant moment illustrating how even sincere seekers can be misled by apparent wisdom that's actually subtle material attachment. He realizes his mistake when Evangelist appears and reproaches him, reminding him of the path's narrowness and shortcut dangers. Evangelist, like a bona fide guru, doesn't flatter but corrects and guides, pointing Christian back to the wicket gate, the entry to genuine spiritual life under the Supreme Lord and his representative's direction. When Christian, humbled and repentant, finally reaches the wicket gate, goodwill opens it. As Christian steps inside, goodwill swiftly pulls him in, warning that nearby Beelzebub's castle shoots arrows at those attempting entry. This beautifully illustrates immediate protection afforded souls upon genuine commitment to spiritual journey, even as illusion's forces continue relentless attempts to pull us back to the very last second. Guiding modern pilgrims. This understanding has become cornerstone in my teaching. I often see students experiencing these initial hurdles, embodying obstinate's resistance, pliable's fleeting enthusiasm, or Christian's momentary lapse with Mr. Worldly wise men. They're drawn to easy solutions, promising quick enlightenment without necessary inner transformation. Some are like pliable, initially excited but quick to turn back when practice becomes challenging. Others, like Christian, momentarily seduced by Mr. Worldly wise men, seek more intellectual or moralistic approaches, thinking they can bypass deep internal work or sincere devotion truly required. I've learned to discern between superficial interest and true spiritual longing, not judging but understanding various forms Maya can take, even presenting as easier spiritual alternatives. I gently redirect students, emphasizing genuine guidance's importance, perseverance through initial difficulties' value, and unwavering commitment to prescribed paths, even when arduous. The assurance from Bhagavad-gita that little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear is a powerful message I convey. It empowers students, showing that every sincere effort counts, that even smallest steps in right directions offer divine protection. It helps them understand true spiritual progress isn't about avoiding difficulty, but navigating it with faith and authorized teachers' guidance, remembering we're never truly alone on this sacred journey. Christian has taken his first decisive steps. He has felt karma's burden and the material world's misery. He has struggled in despair's bog and been misled by worldly advice. But he has also experienced divine grace's profound intervention and true teachers' firm, clear guidance. He has made his commitment at the wicket gate, stepping onto the narrow path. The journey is long, but he's now equipped with fundamental understanding and initial faith needed to proceed.